I think the real question that we need to ask ourselves these days is, are we to fear, or are the terrorists still the ones to fear? There's recently a TSA story brought to my attention about a woman who got onto a plane out of Orlando with a 380 caliber semi-automatic handgun in her purse. Now, she didn't know she had the purse until she got up in midair, and I guess she did not want to, alert everybody because, she knows how things are in a post 9/11 world. So when she got to her destination, she then alerted the appropriate authorities and basically said, "Hey, I've got this handgun in my bag. I did not realize I had it. I don't want to cause any disturbance." So I felt like this was the most calm way to deal with this. And, the situation's been settled now where she won't be prosecuted. And I think that's the way that our common sense justice system, I use that term loosely, needs to actually be dealt with in today's society. We don't need to be freaking out over everything. I also read in a comment section of an article talking about this where somebody had gotten onto a plane with like a knife, and not like a little pocket knife, like a giant 6-inch blade type knife. We have people getting checked out over stuff like chip bags and hairspray or whatever the TSA decides to check out people for these days. And a lot of times it just doesn't make sense because it's just pointless crap that we have convinced ourselves that we need to be paranoid about in a post 9/11 world. Now, I'm not sure how many people are pro TSA and how many people are anti TSA, and how many people are kind of like me who thinks that the TSA has their place, but we don't need to be so in such a fear state all the time, because after 9/11 happened, we were like, well, we got to ramp up security in airports. We have got to stay on top of all of this at all times, no matter what. We've got to check old ladies. We've got to check, babies to make sure they're not like bomb babies, jihadist babies. We've got to go through every precaution possible. So we got to make sure that we don't get another terrorist attack, when in reality, at some point, we might have another terrorist attack regardless of all of these safety precautions, the safety labels that we put on every single thing. I mean, yes, safety is important. We do need airport safety. I would not feel safe getting on an airplane without bomb screenings and all this other kind of stuff. We do need these things in place. But how far is too far? Now, granted, the TSA does screen like millions of people per day, so they're bound to miss something or two here and there. But when people can get on a plane with knives and handguns, and we're busy searching like these little small items that make no sense whatsoever to search. And don't even get me started on the full body scanners. Those things are just creepy, that people can just, look at anybody's junk that they want to. How would you feel if your mom or if your daughter or anybody that you knew was going through that, and people behind the screen, you don't know what's going through their head. You really want them looking at the people you love or even yourself naked? And that's not even getting into the pat downs that I've heard that they do, which I hope I never have to go through one of those. But the main point of this is, at some point in the future, I want to travel. I want to be able to hop on a plane and go somewhere if I want to go there. And I have no idea anything. I don't know anything about airport regulations, about airplane regulations, about baggage, any of that stuff. I don't know anything about going to an airport. I don't know how bad the TSA actually is, if I should, how light I should pack bags. I know nothing about any of this stuff. I probably do know a person or two that could help me out with some of this stuff. But I would be more likely to go to the airport myself beforehand, ask questions, like, so what do I need to expect? What ways do I need to pack? Because, I'm obviously not one of these people who has the art of airporting, traveling down to a science. Far from it. From what I remember going into an airport, you go to the screener thing, you put your bags on there, you take all the the metal or whatever stuff out of your pocket, you put it into the little thing, you slide through you slide past the metal detector, you go through. If they sense something on you, then they wand you down, and then if they don't see anything in your bag when it goes through the little tunnel of doom screening, then you're good. You're good to go. But with all these horror stories I hear about about TSA encounters, I would not know what to expect. I genuinely would not. I hear all these stories about their nightmarish regulations, and then I hear stories about a woman that can get onto a plane with a semi-automatic weapon. When I hear stories like this, it kind of concerns me, because I'm like, well, what should I expect when I go through an airport? Are they gonna want to strip search me and all this kind of stuff? So that is where you all come in. I want you to tell me your stories with the TSA, your traveling stories, if you have ever had issues with traveling, or anything that I would need to be aware of in the event that I went to go to the airport, buy a ticket, go somewhere, because I'm pretty ignorant of it all. So I probably won't be traveling anywhere anytime soon. But it's still something that I'm going to look into this stuff eventually, because I know nothing, and I figured this is more of a direct way to ask the internets what I need to know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave your feedback in the comment section below. Letting me know your TSA experiences, or any, your friends or family's TSA experiences, or perhaps, travel tips. Those are always appreciated too. You can also check out my most recent video that you can see below, how to identify trailer trash, as well as a recent news video I did, and a video from my gaming channel that I've done recently, as well as my Facebook and Twitter are in the description. Go follow me there, go like me there, as well as liking this video if you enjoyed it, share it, like it, favorite it, all that stuff, and I will see you next time.